Hey, it's Ben, Manny's dad. I want to talk about what's in the water at Boulder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but there's something there. I recall a conversation I had a little over a year ago. I found Manny had just been admitted to Boulder, and I was in New York for business, and I found myself in a conference room with a guy in his 30s. We were going through the pre-meeting chit chat, um, and the conversation turned to kids, and that my youngest was just admitted to CU Boulder. And this guy who I'm meeting for the first time leans back in his chair with, Wall Street in the background behind the glass. And he says, I went to Boulder. I had the best time of my life there. I absolutely loved it. And there's no way I would let my son go there. I was taken aback. I didn't really know what to say. I kind of pressed. He couldn't explain it other than to say it's just not a healthy, safe place. There's something in the water out there. I just wouldn't let my kid go. I took note. But through the excitement of the process of going through senior year and college admissions, I guess I just brushed it off to one guy having a bad experience. But in the last, for what it's been, 45 days, multiple conversations with CU students, and they say something like this. When you look at Boulder for the first time or from the outside, you think it's a healthy place because everyone's fit and they spend their time hiking and skiing. But it's not. Inside, there's something wrong. There's something toxic. And I'm not surprised when I hear about someone who kills themselves. Whew. I try to dig, and they can't articulate what it is. But I hear it over and over again. There's something in the water in Boulder, something about the culture. It's not healthy for mental health. Now, of course, this may be selection bias. I'm looking for it, so people are telling me what I want to hear, or we're just talking about it because we're talking about this and this school. But the simple truth is, I dropped my son off at CU Boulder as the happiest kid I knew. Someone who easily makes friends, athletic, loves the outdoors, good looking, so excited and proud of his accomplishments, and so happy to be above. And 3.5 months later, he came home to me in the bottom of an airplane in a pine box. So I think I get to ask the question, what happened? What's in the water in Boulder? And a university does have a lot of influence over the culture that it contributes to on campus. It does control a significant amount of what goes in the water. So in the last month, I've spoken to over 100 CU students, and I've asked them, did you get any mental health awareness or suicide prevention training as part of your onboarding and orientation? No. Was there a welcome to the dorm meeting where somebody told you about the mental health resources on campus? Nope. Do you know what CAPS is? Counseling and Psychiatric Services Center. Nope. Do you know there's free walk-in mental health counseling services in the C4C building? It's the building immediately next door to Manny's dorm. It's located just above the dining room where Manny ate 3 meals a day. You ever heard of it? Nope. If you were concerned about a friend, would you know who to call? Nope. And here's the crazy on top of crazy. Before Manny, had you heard of anyone else on campus, a student, who had committed suicide? Oh, that one, everybody says yes to. Manny's brothers and I went back to Boulder a week after the funeral to clear out his stuff. We had moved him in just a couple of months before. Now we had to move him out. As I walked the halls of Manny's dorm, I looked at the bulletin boards and the signs on the doors and in the hallways and in the bathrooms. There were posters with information and instructions on how to handle alcohol and drug issues. It's good. Diversity and sexual harassment, good. Theft and other risks and challenges of college life, all important messaging. But no matter where I walked in that dorm, no matter where I hiked around campus, I did not see a sign about mental health, anxiety, or suicide prevention. Manny and his brothers and I like to hike. It was one of the attractions to Colorado, I think. Here we are at Rocky Mountain National Park the week before we dropped him off at CU Boulder. Here we are back in Georgia a couple of weeks before that. The Chattahoochee National Recreation Area doesn't have the grandeur and majesty of Rocky Mountain or the Flatirons, but it has its own more modest beauty. And I've spent a lot of time hiking these trails. Last week, Max and I went back, and I stopped at a sign that I'd seen before. See, along the trail up to the river, there's a little hut. It has life vests. It's right there in the middle of the path. You can't miss it. You don't have to search to the bottom of a website to find it. And the sign clearly says that the life vests are there for anyone who needs them. You can just walk up and take them. You don't have to make an appointment. You don't have to log into a portal with two-factor authorization. The life vests are here and available when you or a friend need them. And right behind that, right in front of the water, there's another sign. A sign that says the people who have come before you and the people who are charged with management and stewardship of this place recognize that among the splendor, amongst the beauty, and amongst all the fun, there are inherent risks and dangers of being here. These waters can be dangerous. So enjoy this special place. And at the same time, be careful. Don't be stupid. Heads up. Look after your friends. Look after your party. Don't die here. Let's be bolder. Let's change the culture surrounding mental health on your beautiful campus. Perhaps we can start by putting up some new signs.